You want to believe the world is fair, that people mean what they say, that loyalty earns loyalty. But if you're listening to me, you're done with delusions. Let me tell you something most never learn until it's too late. Trust is not a virtue. It is a weakness marketed as moral. The world teaches you to believe in people, to give the benefit of the doubt, to extend your hand before you've counted your fingers. And that, my friend, is precisely why you are losing. Trust is not a foundation, it's bait. The illusion of safety is what keeps the sheep calm before slaughter. Those who preach blind trust are either naive fools or clever manipulators, because in truth, trust is never free. It's a currency, and when you give it too soon, you pay in pain. Look at history. Kingdoms have fallen, not because of mighty enemies, but because they trusted allies. Betrayal has always worn the smile of a friend, not the snarl of an enemy. Ask Caesar. Ask any ruler who died with a knife in their back and a name on their lips. It's always someone they trusted. You see, power does not require trust. It demands calculation. The powerful man observes, tests, and verifies, but never blindly believes. He builds walls, not bridges. He sharpens his mind, not his emotions. When you trust easily, you hand over the keys to your kingdom. You tell the world, "Here, take advantage of me. I won't question it." And they will, because people do not act out of kindness. They act out of need, fear, or gain. And if your trust helps them win, they will wear loyalty as a mask until the moment it no longer serves them. So how should you live? Not in fear, no, but in clarity. Don't build your castle on trust. Build it on strategy. Watch what people do, not what they say. Understand motives, not just intentions. People reveal themselves if you watch long enough. Their patterns, their slips, their eyes when they think no one is watching. That's the truth. That's where power lives. Stop hoping people are good. Start seeing how they operate. There's nothing noble about being deceived. There's no pride in being the one who trusted too much. That's not love. That's laziness, emotional laziness. It's the desire to feel safe without doing the work of discernment, and manipulators feed on that. Trust is their entry point. They will tell you what you want to hear. They will mirror your values. They will cry on cue. They will sell sincerity like it's gold. And if you bite, they will drain you dry. You must stop thinking trust makes you human. What makes you truly human is your mind, your ability to assess, to adapt, to question. Trust dulls that. It fogs your judgment. It makes you predictable, and nothing is more dangerous than being predictable. The moment you're predictable, you can be controlled. Your enemy will know when to strike. Your ally will know when to turn. Your lover will know when to lie. So what's the alternative? Learn to live without trust, not in paranoia, but in power. Be polite but watchful. Be charming but detached. Be kind but not blind. Do not trust words, test character. Do not trust intentions, evaluate behavior. Do not trust love, watch consistency. Only a fool gives trust first and asks questions later. The wise man does the opposite. Let others cry cold and cynical. That's what the sheep always call the wolf right before it devours them. Let them live in illusion. You will live in truth. And the truth is this: you owe no one your trust. They must earn it again and again. People don't stab you because you're weak. They stab you because you gave them the chance. In life, the most dangerous thing is not hatred. It's fake loyalty. It's the warm smile of someone you've let too close. The moment you let down your defenses, they measure where to strike, not if, but when. You see, betrayal isn't a surprise. It's a consequence. A consequence of giving unearned access, of trusting before testing, of believing someone's words over their patterns. Look closely. The ones who harm you are rarely outsiders. It's the friend who asks for too much, the partner who gaslights with a kiss, the colleague who shakes your hand before stealing your ideas. These are not anomalies. They're the inevitable outcome of misplaced trust. And here's the cold truth. People learn you. They observe how much you tolerate, how fast you forgive, how easily you believe. They craft their manipulation with patience, waiting for you to relax, to stop questioning. to trust. That's when the knife goes in. So you want to be untouchable? Stop thinking like prey. Stop believing everyone has your best interest at heart. They don't. Most people are playing a game: survival, status, power, validation. And in that game, your trust is their shortcut. Learn this. The more they smile, the more you question. The more they flatter, the more you analyze. The closer they get, the tighter your grip on reality should be. Do not be flattered, be alert. Trust is not love. Trust is a lever. When they know you trust them, they control your actions without force. They manipulate you through obligation, guilt, sentiment, and you follow, thinking you're being loyal, noble, but you're just another pawn in someone else's plan. They tell you trust is the foundation of every relationship. That's the lie they sell to keep you asleep. The truth is, trust is the final reward after 1,000 tests, not the first gift you hand out like candy. Make people work for it. Watch how they behave when you say no. See who stays when you have nothing to offer. Pay attention to how they treat others when no one's watching. You'll learn more from their silence than from their speeches. Never assume intentions. Intentions are invisible. Behavior is not. Machiavelli didn't rise by believing what men said. He rose by understanding what men are. Selfish, fearful, hungry for power. Not evil, just predictable. Don't hate them for it. Use it. Power doesn't require rage. It requires precision. You don't need to confront every liar, every manipulator. That wastes energy. Just cut the strings. Remove access. Go silent. Move smart. Let them talk to a locked door. They'll call you heartless, cold, untrusting. Good. Let them. You are not here to be loved. You are here to win. Trust is a tool. You decide when and how to use it. Never let it be used against you. Ask yourself, how many times have you been hurt by someone you trusted? How many lies were wrapped in smiles? How many betrayals came from those closest to you? You already know the answer. So this time, sharpen your mind, not your heart. Step back from the game, observe it, study it, and play it better than them all. Because in the end, the one who survives is not the one who trusted most. It's the one who saw the knife before it touched the skin. Stop trusting. Stop hoping. Stop imagining loyalty where there is only convenience. In this world, every act of blind trust is an open invitation to betrayal. You think your loyalty will earn you love? It won't. It earns you leverage against yourself. Trust is for those who wish to be controlled. You have been told that trust builds relationships, that it creates peace, but here's what they don't tell you. Relationships built on trust alone are the easiest to manipulate. Peace built on trust is fragile. It shatters the moment someone chooses themselves over you, which they will. They always do, because man is selfish by nature. He loves himself more than he will ever love you. And when your trust becomes predictable, when your forgiveness becomes routine, when your tolerance becomes expected, your power disappears. You have made yourself harmless. That is the death of influence. So, you think you're kind, you're patient, you're generous? No, you're exploitable. A walking opportunity for the cunning, a weakling dressed as a saint, and the world does not respect saints. It buries them. Let me tell you what the wise do. They don't trust, they test. They don't open up, they observe. They don't react, they calculate. Trust is not given, it is weaponized. And those who survive, those who lead, know this truth. Control is the only safety in a world of shifting loyalty. Ask yourself, how many times have you trusted someone only to be deceived? How many secrets have you shared that came back to haunt you? How many warnings did you ignore because your heart overruled your logic? Fools call it love. Masters call it a mistake. You want to stop being weak? Then stop trusting. You want to stop being hurt? Then stop depending. You want to be feared, respected, untouchable? Then eliminate the habit that has destroyed kings and corrupted empires. Naive trust. A lion does not ask the jackal for loyalty. He enforces distance. A general does not trust his enemy not to strike. He prepares for betrayal. Trust is not peace. Trust is permission. You grant someone permission to deceive you the moment you say, I trust you. So don't. Not completely. Not blindly. Not ever. There is strength in silence. There is safety in privacy. The less people know about you, the less control they have over you. The less you expect from others, the less they can use your expectations against you. People manipulate not because they're evil, but because they can. You gave them the keys, they just walked in. Here's the cold truth. People are only as loyal as their options, and the moment your value fades, or their priorities change, or if someone offers them more, they will forget you. Not because they're monsters, but because they're human, and humanity runs on self-interest, not sentiment. So what do? You start watching. You start listening. You stop confessing. You stop trusting. Learn the art of delayed trust. Let people prove themselves, not with words, not with tears, not with promises, but with consistent, unquestionable loyalty over time. Even then, keep a sword behind your back. Always. Because the most dangerous betrayal comes from the one you trusted the most. Understand this. You can love, you can care, but you must always remain sovereign. Never place your sanity in another's hands. Never hand someone the map to your weaknesses. Never believe anyone is above betrayal. Not lovers, not friends, not family. Only those who trust too much get destroyed too deeply. The world is not your friend, is not your therapist, is not your confessional. It is your battlefield, and trust is surrender on the battlefield. So hold your secrets, hold your silence, hold your power, because when no one can figure you out, no one can use you. Stop trusting. Start ruling. Be like the shadow, seen but unreadable. Be like the storm, silent until it strikes. And when the world tries to guess your next move, smile because they never will. They make you trust them not because they deserve it, but because it makes you easier to manage. This is not speculation. This is strategy. The ones who control society, business, and power structures understand a basic truth. The easiest way to dominate someone is to get inside their mind, and trust is the access code. Once they earn your trust, they no longer have to force you. You'll comply willingly. You'll reveal your weaknesses. You'll second-guess your instincts. That's the genius of it. They don't need chains. They use your loyalty to bind you. You trust your boss, so you tolerate disrespect. You trust your partner, so you ignore red flags. You trust your friend, so you reveal secrets that later become ammunition. They study you while you sleep. They plan while you relax. They build leverage while you bleed your vulnerabilities into their hands. And when the time comes, they don't attack you. They pull the strings you handed them like a puppet. This is not paranoia. This is protection. Because those who rise to power do not wear the smile of honesty. They wear the mask of trustworthiness. They know that trust, once given, disables your defenses. It lowers your guard, and that's when they strike. You want to win in this world? Then stop trusting people because they seem good. Judge them by what they protect, not what they promise. Judge them by how they act when no eyes are on them. Judge them by how they treat those they don't need. But above all, never trust someone more than you trust yourself. Doubt is your armor. Doubt forces you to observe, to calculate. It is not weakness, it is foresight. And in a world run by deception, foresight is survival. The lion does not trust the savannah. He moves with caution. The ruler does not trust the mob. He controls their hunger. The conqueror does not trust peace. He prepares for betrayal. Because the moment you assume good intentions, you stop preparing for bad outcomes. Let others call it cynicism. Let them mock your suspicion. But understand this. Most of the powerful are not naive. They're ruthless. They smile while they scheme. They flatter while they plan. And the moment they sense that you're disarmed by trust, they advance. Here's how the manipulation works. They make you feel seen, heard, special. They mirror your values, echo your beliefs, applaud your dreams. It feels real, but it's scripted. They don't trust you. They targeted you. And when they've gathered enough information, your fears, your needs, your breaking points, they don't leave. No, they tighten their hold. They offer help, guidance, support, but always with a cost. You start doubting yourself and relying on them. That's how kings are overthrown, not through war, but through misplaced trust in the wrong hands. Now listen carefully. Trust should never be your default. Suspicion is not hatred. It's self-preservation. Trust after testing. Trust with boundaries. Trust with contingency plans. Keep aces in your sleeve. Keep secrets in your silence. Because if you give everything away to someone just because you feel a connection, you're not being loving. You're being foolish. Even the closest allies must be watched. Even the most loyal friends must be tested. Even family must be scrutinized. Because betrayal wears familiar faces. You must learn to love with eyes open, lead with caution, speak with restraint. Let your instincts be louder than their words. Let your gut interrupt your heart. Let your mind rule your decisions. Because every empire that fell, every leader that was backstabbed, every legend that was ruined, they all had one thing in common. They trusted someone who smiled with a knife behind their back. Don't be the next. You're not heartless for doubting people. You're smart. Because in the end, it's not the sword that kills the king. It's the trusted hand that holds it. Let's end this with clarity, not comfort. If you still believe that trust is a virtue, you've learned nothing. Trust is not a virtue. It's a gamble. It's a strategic risk, not an act of love. And those who rise to power treat it exactly as such. The powerful don't trust, they test. They pressure. They push people to reveal who they are, not who they pretend to be. So now I tell you what no one else will. If you want to become unmanipulable, unreadable, untouchable, you must kill the part of you that craves to trust. The hunger to trust is weakness. It's desperation in disguise. It screams, "Please don't hurt me." And predators hear it like wolves hear the limp of a dying animal. Here's what to do instead. Become cold, not cruel. Cold, emotionally insulated. Discreet, mysterious. A fortress with no open gates. Because trust is an open gate. And if your gates are always open, even peasants will ransack your kingdom. You don't need to announce your mistrust. You just need to carry yourself like a man who sees everything and says nothing. Silence is your shield. Ambiguity is your sword. Distance is your defense. Learn to smile without revealing agreement. Nod without yielding authority. Compliment without lowering your guard. This isn't paranoia. It's dominance. While others reveal their loyalties, keep yours hidden. While others beg for connection, remain selective. While others rush to belong, you stand apart. Because the moment they can't read you, they fear you. And fear is better than trust. Fear keeps people in line. Trust gives them ideas. Trust makes them believe they can get close enough to challenge you. Fear reminds them they never could. And that is power. Let me teach you something the naive never understand. Never tell people what you're planning. Never tell them what you're feeling. Never tell them what you value most. Why? Because the first thing they'll do when they lose control over you is attack those things. They'll use your own emotions, dreams, and weaknesses against you. Don't give them the ammunition. Let them wonder where your mind is. Let them doubt your next move. Let them fear the consequences of betrayal. This is how kings survive. This is how empires are built. Not by hugging enemies, but by outsmarting them. Now listen to this truth. You will never be betrayed by someone you refuse to trust. Let that sink in. Every knife in your back was once held by someone you let in. So let no one in completely. Let no one into your plans, your mind, or your soul without resistance. Those who demand your trust don't deserve it. Those who earn it won't ask for it. Your power begins where your need to trust ends. Now I ask you to remember one final rule. Trust slowly, control instantly. Don't rush into alliances. Build leverage before loyalty. Don't spill secrets to feel understood. Stay mysterious and you'll stay safe. Don't hope people will protect you. Become untouchable and they won't dare cross you. This is the game. Play it with cold eyes and a sharper mind. Be the one no one can manipulate. Be the one no one can betray. Be the one no one truly knows. And if you do that, you will walk through a world of liars, traitors, and opportunists unshaken, unreadable, unbeatable. If this shook something in you, then you're ready. Hit that like to remind yourself you're done being used. Smash subscribe if you want to master the game the way the powerful do. Cold, calm, and always in control. Welcome to the side that never loses.